It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Detroit Pistons at Little Caesars Arena. Looking at the Pistons, no question they'll be motivated in this game. Going up against a tremendously talented team, an opportunity to prove themselves and show what they're capable of. And tonight, two offenses that like to score in the post. Shaq, defensively, how do you counteract that?
Two types of denying. Deny the position and deny the entry pass.
Yes.
Sounds like you're in a state of denial.
I deny everything you just said.
Is it just me? I thought that was funny.
But you know what the other thing you could do, Shaq? If you pressure the passer, what it does is then it allows the defender to have more time to get around on the defensive and provide.
You're lucky I didn't guard you in your career.
Oh, I would have went right by you.
You're lucky.
I would have hoped you pressured me.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan. Time for the tip.
Hey, Chris.
A Sunday afternoon with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans winning their last game against the Memphis Grizzlies.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
Yeah, all about IQ, you're right. They made smart in-game adjustments. I mean, they seemed a step ahead all night.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2 guard to a 6'10 big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, D.A. Chris, looking at the year so far, teams that made big changes in the offseason starting to develop now some chemistry.
Well, it takes some time, especially if the acquisitions are on the younger side. And this is where great coaching can make all the difference. This is where a great basketball culture in the locker room can make all the difference. It's all about, we say chemistry. What does that mean? It means trust. It takes time to build trust. It takes time to understand your players and what they like, where to get them the ball, what makes them better. And once you get to that point, it's a liberating feeling because now you feel like, okay, guys, we've gotten through the murky waters. Now we can have some fun. We know who we are. We have an identity. Let's go out and be us.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Davis is out there with Jahlil Okafor. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then there's Darius Miller. And it's Payton in at the 1.
And sometimes contesting Griffin, it's not enough. I don't care. I mean, you better follow him. He's very good at maintaining his focus.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Payton drives in. That shot, no good. Griffin with some nice D. Here's Kennard. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
Don't forget his rebounding work, too. They couldn't contain him on the glass.
Now, here's Bullock. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Miller. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Payton against Jackson. The shot by Payton, no good. Outside Griffin. No one near him. Pelicans with the rebound. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Yeah, Greg, it makes sense. I mean, when you look at where they both finished, there's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other one was on vacation.
And Detroit has possession, following the score by New Orleans. And Drummond kicks to Griffin. Here's Kennard. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Yep, it counts.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Now here's Payton. Left side, Davis. Shoots over Griffin. And it's Davis missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Pelicans have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Griffin against Moore. Just 5 to shoot. It's deflected. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Miller, no up.
No flow to their offense at all yet. I mean, just 1 for 5 from the floor to start the game.
Bullock, good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Davis puts it in.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. Payton with the ball. Good on the shot. Payton's got his first 2 points.
Aggressive pass on the break, straight up the court so he can get all the way to the bucket.
Outside Jackson. Here's Kennard, covered by Payton. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Jackson. And the 3 off target. And it's Davis with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. The pass to Payton. From down in the low post, it goes. The Pistons trailing. Passes it to Griffin. Jackson against Payton. Here's Kennard. Detroit shooting their first free throws of this game. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. And the Pistons got off to a hot start last season, 14-6 with some big road wins.
Yeah, but you know, I never really include the first 20 games of the season. I just think that's when everyone gets to know each other, and then when the scouting report comes out for the next 62, that's when things heat up. So I think you take that with a grain of salt, but Reggie Jackson did suffer an ankle sprain, and things started going south right after that. But staying healthy will be critical if they hope to make the playoffs this season.
Now, here's Bullock. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia. Here's Drummond. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Drummond is just blossoming right in front of our eyes. Love seeing him sink the mid-range J's.
Back to Okafor. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
New Orleans shooting their first free throw of the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
One shot.
And that one falls for Okafor. Well, a crazy year for Dwayne Casey, voted Coach of the Year, but fired by the Raptors after they were swept in the conference semifinals.
Yeah, Kevin, but he lands on his feet in Detroit, and obviously they got a good one. The Raptors steadily improved season after season under his watch. Hopefully the Pistons can do the same. Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
Here's Davis, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
And it's sent back by Drummond.
And shooters have to be careful when Drummond is roaming nearby. He is a defensive menace who takes his shot blocking very seriously.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as the franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
The shot selection of Griffin is fantastic. I mean, he knows his strength and does a good job at playing to them.
Payton kicks to Miller. Back to Payton. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Payton's got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
It's Drummond, high post. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And Okafor with the block. And he gets it back. And it's Bullock missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Davis. No good on that one. Griffin with some nice D. Outside Jackson. No good. That would have tied it. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to Philadelphia.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
Well, their opponents ran some pretty good sets, too. I mean, let's be honest, creating some nice open looks.
Now here's Moore. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Pistons trailed by 5. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Davis with some nice D.
Now, that's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Moore outside. Outside, Davis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. Kennard, the pass to Griffin. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And checking out the numbers for Payton. His last 10 games, He's averaging 8 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. We've got so many young, exciting players in the NBA right now, Chris. When you think about the league's best player, the league MVP, in say 7 years, what names come to mind?
That's a great question. I mean, you have to think about guys like the Greek Freak.
Or even 5 years. It doesn't have to be that long.
Yeah, but just the potential. I know what you're saying there, Kevin. I mean, Embiid, Ben Simmons, the Greek Freak.
Tatum.
Wow.
I know.
This is just so. You could just go to all the young teams and say these guys are next. I mean, all you got to do is look at the rookie, sophomore, the phenom game and just close your eyes and pick any of those guys because you know that they're talent. But yeah, the Greek Freak, Anthony Davis, Embiid, I think those are all safe bets.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's New Orleans. They're on a 16-7 run. Clark finds Randall. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Pulls up on the wing. That's good on the jump shot. Mirotic has got his first bucket in this one. Pistons trail by 7. And here's Smith. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. No good on the 3. New Orleans gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Mirotic inside. We're covering. Mirotic's shot is off.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Here's Kennard. And Lure kicks to Smith. Pachulia dishes to Smith. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
How about the explosion toward the basket? Smith using his speed to get the defense to foul him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
No good on the free throw.
I mean, Ish Smith with the best season yet in 2017-18. Look, he made dramatic improvements as a scorer. Career best from pretty much everyone on the floor.
And he sinks the second. And Ish Smith, in particular, much improved finishing around the rim.
That could be a challenge for a player of his stature. I mean, learning how to find angles to finish around the bigger bodies, that becomes key.
Now, here is Hill. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. Smith against Payton. Pass to Lure. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Payton. Pelicans leading by 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And last season, a bit of a breakout one for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one misses. And with Mirotic, Greg, as you alluded, his year last year had a lot of ups and downs.
You know, he missed a good stretch of the season with that broken jaw from the fight he had with a teammate, and then the trade demands to get out of Chicago shortly after coming back.
And despite all this, his defense and rebounding were dramatically improved and really a key contributor on offense.
Not what you expect out of him. He was due to cool off a little, I guess.
Out to Payton. 1:14 left to play here in the first. Count the basket. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. 8-point game. Pachulia against Randall. Pachulia the pass to Robinson. Inside. And Lure kicks to Pachulia. 2 on the clock. Robinson misses.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Payton. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Pistons shooting 33% here in the first quarter. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Smith inside. Mirotic is there. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Kennard. Pass to Lure. To the left side wing. Poked loose. From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. One of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Pistons, Smith and Kennard are in the backcourt. Pachulia is out there with John Lure. And it's Robinson in at the 3 slot. Here's Kennard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Elfrid Payton. For years, the adage has been that, C-Web big men take longer to develop than other positions. Does that still ring true today?
I don't think so. I think today the point guard position, because the point guard position is the toughest position in the game. I think when the big men did take the longest to develop, it was because the big man position, the center and power forward, were the toughest, and that's kind of changed. Cat and B didn't take very long to develop. Big men coming to the league, they're more polished now, and I think the fact that the coaches, the coaching, the skill sets now are so much more alike that guys can make it easier adjustment into the game because they've been playing their game and adjusting a lot longer than maybe the players before that had to find a different role once they entered into the pros.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. New Orleans leading by 8. Kicks it to Mirotic. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Yes, that goes in. Mirotic has got his second basket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Smith the pass to Kennard. The shot that time not on target. And New Orleans will come the other way. Here's Mirotic, and good. He got the English that time as it falls. And now a 12-point Pelican lead. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Smith kicks to Lure. The pass to Kennard. Hill against Robinson. And the shot goes down.
And that's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Payton outside. Mirotic's shot is off. Pistons trail by 10. Here's the floater. Robinson against Hill. Robinson kicks to Lure. Hill pulls it in.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Randall right side. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And Alfred Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
A different look here for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. Blake Griffin comes in for John Lure. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Kennard. And then for New Orleans, Chet Diallo. He's checked in for Mirotic. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Payton. 4 on the clock. Moore with the steal. And now the Pelicans on the break. Here's Clark. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Detroit, down by 12. Pistons passing it around. Bullock, good.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Here's Clark. To the inside. That shot off. Good D by Drummond. Passes it to Bullock. Shot from the wing. Detroit with a fresh 24. Pelicans leading by 10. Inside. And Moore kicks to Clark. Outside Hill. Pass to Diallo. Clark for 3. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Griffin. A 3-pointer is right on target. Griffin's got 9 points.
Look at that solid release on the shot. Griffin, he's been working on it, and he's helping to stretch the defense.
For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Stolen by Robinson. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. And finished off by Griffin.
Oh, we've seen this before, from Griffin. His dunking ability is off the charts.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Clark finds Randall. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And Robinson wide open, he shoots. And another 3 for Detroit.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Clark, pass to Diallo. Out to the right wing, Moore. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 6 points for him.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Pelicans leading by 4. It's Randall with the drive. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
That's just a strong upper body. Randall converts through contact. Now he's going to go to the line. Well, look, Julius Randle making an effort to up his physical condition. Look, you love his motor, and he wants to be able to handle dealing with larger assignments, as he can often give up height on most plays against most players. He's one of the more consistent presence on the floor.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And C. Webb with Randall's production, he's shown to be versatile in where he can line up as well.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, he came into this league as a small forward, but he has seen some time as a small ball 5. I mean, that's crazy. The focus on conditioning, that's helped him in that regard. He's turned his defense from a weakness into a strength as he continues to improve his game.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you.
Well, this is what Griffin gives you. Excellent vision, excellent decision-making with the ball in his hands.
Robinson against Miller. Back to Clark. Just 5 on the clock. Down low. And Okafor at the basket on the assist by Clark. Okafor's got 5 now.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Drummond passes to Jackson. Bullock with it. Moore's there. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul. It's stolen by Davis.
I love when guys are alert and aware on D. Great job to prevent the entry pass.
Here's Clark, guarded by Jackson. Here's Okafor. He goes up again, and he lays it up and in. 7 points in the game.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Griffin. He had 37 points last game out. And Drummond kicks to Griffin. Outside for Robinson. Just 4 to shoot. Drummond passes to Bullock. Robinson against Miller. Robinson goes in. Count that one.
With the run he's on in the second quarter, I mean, this field goal percentage is tremendous right now.
Right side, Davis. On the wing, Miller. There's the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, an amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Payton's checked in. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December, taking a look at Milwaukee. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, there's the Pistons, just way behind.
And checking out Detroit, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Well, it's clear they didn't do enough in the offseason to make any kind of major improvement. They're in for a long year.
Here's Payton. Following the basket by Blake Griffin. Payton finds Davis. Over Jackson. And that misses badly. Air ball. Pistons trail by 8. Down low. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got 9 points in the quarter.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. And the pass to Moore. From past the arc, Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Robinson misses. New Orleans leading by 6. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Mirotic is checked in for Moore. Pistons on defense. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And for the matchup with the Heat, this is a game that they are expected to win, but sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
The offensive arsenal of Griffin, so dangerous, especially when it seems he can't miss from anywhere.
Davis kicks to Mirotic. And another turnover here by New Orleans. These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. Pelicans, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
Pistons trail by 4. Pistons passing it around. Now here's Drummond. Outside Griffin. 6 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Blake Griffin, the focal point offensively, but he's not just a scorer. Chris, he's one of the most gifted passers that you'll see among NBA big men.
I mean, one of the top assist men in the entire league. He's a great lob passer. I mean, that ability to create for teammates really enhances his offensive impact.
A free throw drops for Griffin.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Detroit. John Lure comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Launches it. No good there. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Outside Mirotic. Stolen by Lure. Left side, Griffin. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Passes it to Payton. Back to Davis. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3. before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Smith checked in for Detroit. Detroit on D. 4-point game. Pachulia with the steal. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The shot's good from Smith.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
Jackson against Payton. He kicks it to Davis. 4 seconds left. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. New Orleans on top, up 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Things were going New Orleans' way from the beginning. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points on the heels of a few stops and some quality offensive possessions. After one, they held an 8-point advantage. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
We get set to return to the action now as a barge heads down the Detroit River toward Lake Erie. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Oh, yeah, especially how he established great positioning, showing some nice footwork, and really read how the defense was playing.
Pelicans leading by 4. On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. They've got each one more. Anthony Davis is out there with Okafor. Then there's Payton. And it's Miller in at the small forward. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Bullock dishes to Jackson. Drummond up top. Here's Griffin, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Davis. Well, C-Web, Andre Drummond, the 9th pick in 2012. Some teams had questions about his competitive spirit. Thought he was a little too passive with UConn.
His off-the-court personality might have fed into that. I heard he's a big teddy bear, but that hasn't stopped him from beasting on the court here in the association.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
I love watching Griffin play the game. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in his abilities. He's terrific at staying aggressive.
Good on the second free throw. New Orleans leading by 3. Floats it up for Davis. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Bullock. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Bullock's got 6. Bullock's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Moore passes to Okafor. Poked loose. Payton with the ball. Clock at 6. And it's Davis at the elbow. Shoots over Bullock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That'll be his second foul of the game. And, well, Detroit shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Kennard kicks to Jackson. He dishes it to Griffin. Pass to Bullock for the lead. They grab their own miss.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
90 seconds now into the second half. Payton surveying the floor. High post, Davis. And it's Okafor at the elbow. And here's Moore outside. Buries it from three-point range. He's got 9. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Jackson from long range. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there's the feed to Davis. Griffin with the steal. Here's Kennard. Rebounded by Moore.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
New Orleans moving the ball around. Five on the clock. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Pistons. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bullock. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, that's the shot they're looking for. A clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
To the inside. Davis kicks to Moore. Pass to Miller. Payton in the corner. Moore outside. There's the triple. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Terrific awareness among this collection of centers and power forwards. The big men averaging the most assists per contest over the previous 10 games. 5th best, Blake Griffin.
And these are some of the most complete players in our league. I mean, they're not just traditional score and rebound big men. They can beat you with their passing as well.
Yeah, Greg. And the way they move the ball is tremendous. I love seeing that kind of pass work being done out there, out of the post.
Here's Kennard. He's got 7, and Jackson gets it to go.
Oh, the catch and shoot, Jay, is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
Moore finds Miller. Back to Moore. The pass to Davis. From 10 feet out, uses the glass that time, and it's good. Davis has got 11 points. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Now here's Drummond. Outside Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, Reggie Jackson, drafted by the Thunder with the 24th pick in 2011. Now, despite playing big minutes, he wasn't happy backing up Westbrook. He wanted the chance to start.
Detroit making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. The Pelicans also changing it up. Randle comes in for Okafor, and it's Solomon Hill in for Miller. Three-pointer, and another three for Detroit. And Jackson burned some bridges on his way out of Oklahoma City. Some felt he put himself before the team.
When it worked out financially, I mean, a 5-year, $80 million contract. I mean, it's doubtful the Thunder could have afforded it, but from that standpoint, hard to knock him.
And again, no good by New Orleans.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
Here's Davis following the bucket by the Pistons. To the wing right side. Moore dishes to Randle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. They'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
That free throw good from Randle.
Well, he was drafted 7th in 2014. Randle actually dropped because of injury concerns, but you see he has all the talent in the world.
New Orleans making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. Both good from the line that time. Pistons leading by 4. Jackson kicks to Robinson. Passes to Drummond. Outside Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
When you give Griffin an inside lane, he's going to pounce on it. I mean, the defense has to lock him down.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Now here's Payton. 8 points for him. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For New Orleans, they have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. First one falls for him.
And the 6'4", 485-pound Payton certainly has a unique skill set. Also wants to keep improving as a leader.
And both free throws good for Payton.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Payton against Jackson. To the paint. And Griffin with the score. The assist from Jackson. Griffin's got the lead up to 6 now for the Pistons. Payton up top. Guarded by Jackson. Randle against Drummond. That one a little long.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Jackson passes to Drummond. Pistons passing it around. Griffin attacking.
Using his speed to his advantage. Griffin, once again, he has the momentum to make sure he's going to dunk it home with force.
So it's the Pelicans now, trailing here by 8. Payton kicks to Hill. count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. A different look here for Detroit. Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Lure comes in for Blake Griffin. And Smith subbed in for Jackson. Mirotic is checked in for New Orleans.
One shot, behind the lanes.
Free throw drops for Hill. Now Smith. Pass to Kennard. Pachulia kicks to Smith. High, arcing shot. It's deflected, but they'll get another chance. 6 to shoot. Here's Kennard. He's defended by Randall. Shot's good by Kennard.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Moore outside. Pass to Mirotic. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboards.
It's Randall with the drive. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Got a piece of it. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Randall's running. He gets it in there. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
You see the good speed, especially for a power forward. Randall making plays in transition.
Kennard, the pass to Lure. Smith outside. Back to Lure. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Randall. 9 points in the game so far. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Randall's got 11 points.
Oh, the big body of Randall using those broad shoulders to protect the ball in traffic.
Moore against Smith. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Hill. To the middle. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Mirotic.
Look at Mirotic's touch inside. Mirotic understands how to score deep in the paint.
Here's Kennard. 11 points in the game. Smith against Moore. Outside Mirotic. Up top Randall. 11 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Near the three-point line. It's Moore. No good off the back of the rim. Pistons leading by 3. The high post shot. Smith, no luck.
I'll give him that shot again. He'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
Hill against Robinson. Outside Mirotic. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Detroit's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Robinson. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. Pelicans trail by 5. And Moore kicks to Diallo. To the inside, Randall. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Pistons shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Here's Lure, and finished off by Lure.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Well, that's just a good example of why the score is what it is. I mean, they need to protect the rim a lot better than that.
And finished off by Lure.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime. no doubt.
So it's the Pelicans now, following the bucket by the Pistons. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Robinson. And New Orleans also making a change. Miller's checked in. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Kicks it to Randall. Over Lure. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Randall.
Unstoppable tonight. Randall pulling out his entire bag of tricks and being very aggressive.
Smith, the pass to Bullock. Knocks it loose and stolen by Mirotic.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
No question. It's not easy to be patient, but you really don't want to give up an extra possession.
And Moore kicks to Randall. Just 3 on the clock. The shot comes out. The third quarter comes to a close. Pistons lead by 7. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Smith and Kennard are in the backcourt. John Lure's out there with Reggie Bullock, and it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. And Moore kicks to Mirotic. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Detroit. Pachulia's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Kennard, the pass to Smith. To the middle. Shot's good by Kennard. Kennard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pistons.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Right side, Davis. Back to Mirotic. Just 5 to shoot. Davis with the bucket.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here is Smith. He kicks to Bullock. 3-pointer. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
It's stolen by Smith. Here's Kennard, covered by Miller. Shot's good by Kennard. And it's a 12-point Piston lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Davis. Hits the outside fadeaway. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
Smith kicks to Kennard. And the pass to Lure. And here's Smith. Sweet little floater. And the Pistons lead by 12.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Passes to Davis. Moore outside. Shot clock at 6. Lets a floater go, and he sinks the layup.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Detroit leading by 10. Smith finds Pachulia. Here's Kennard, covered by Okafor. It's good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
A different look here for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. Griffin comes in for John Lure. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
One shot. One shot.
And that one falls for Davis. Pistons leading by 9. Jackson kicks to Bullock. Drummond up top, covered by Okafor. Drummond passes to Griffin. Here's Kennard. 6 to shoot. Down low. Here's Drummond. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 11.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Payton finds Davis. And finished off by Davis.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Back to Jackson. Outside Griffin. Here's Kennard. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
Here's Payton. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9. Pistons leading by 9. Pass to Griffin. Back to Jackson from downtown. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So it's the Pistons now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And here's Jackson. Outside Griffin. Fires the 3.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
Pelicans trail by 9. Tries from 10. Miller the pass to Moore. It's tipped. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Back to Griffin. Down low. Pass to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. Griffin down low, covered by Payton. That shot by Griffin, no good. The 3. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Payton.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, that's because both offenses are relentless. Each side trying to close this thing out.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks it to Bullock. Back to Jackson. Here's Kennard. Inside. Here's Drummond. over Okafor. And that one's good. Drummond. Drummond's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Wow, Drummond is one of the top rebounders in the game. You have to put a body on him, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, just to prevent him from coming away with a second chance opportunity.
Now here's Okafor. Payton attacking. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
And they're going to need even more out of him with the score being what it is.
Here's Jackson. Griffin passes to Kennard. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Jackson. There's the pass to Kennard. 4 on the clock. Over Moore. Kennard's shot is off.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
Davis finds Moore. Okafor up top. Payton outside. Out to Miller. Launches a 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Jackson dishes to Drummond. Top of the key, Griffin. Sinks that one from the post. Griffin's got 12 points here in the second half.
It's easy to admire Griffin's game. He's excellent at absorbing the hit and muscling his way through contact.
To the paint, here's Davis. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, he's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
Pass to Griffin, to the middle. Here's Drummond. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 11 rebounds in the game. Ball's knocked loose. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Well, he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Is Smith. He's checked in for Reggie Jackson.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And it's tied up with that one. Detroit's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Smith kicks to Griffin. Here's Drummond. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
That's an unforced error that will drive a coach crazy. You got to play heads up out there.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Now here's Payton. Here's the teardrop. And it's sent back by Drummond. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Drills it from outside. Smith's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the veteran experience Smith offers comes in so handy, especially when his team really needs a bucket.
Payton against Smith. Payton kicks to Davis. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Detroit leading by 3. Here's Kennard. Outside Griffin. Kennard, the pass to Griffin. Smith on the wing. Pass to Drummond. Lays it up off the glass. And now a 5-point Piston lead.
Well, when you feed Drummond the rock, you won't be disappointed. Doesn't matter what point of the game it is, he provides for his team.
Here's Davis. And he overshot that one, missing. Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Bullock with it. He's against Miller. Bullock kicks to Griffin. Here's Drummond. Pass to Kennard. Moore with the steal. Payton outside. And another turnover here by New Orleans. Pistons leading by 5. Smith on the wing, covered by Payton. They double-team Griffin, and stolen by Payton. To the paint, and there's Davis. That's good on the assist from Moore. 27 points for Davis.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
And they have to. I mean, this isn't the time in the game to be careful. This is the time to attack.
Griffin finds Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Whoa, Drummond is so dependable when the game is on the line. He demands the ball.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Davis inside, Griffin on him, and Davis can't get it to go. It's stolen by Davis. 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Miller, the pass to Davis. Shoots over Griffin. Bank shot, no good. And now we've got the intentional foul. .32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
You know, Kevin, the resiliency of Smith is something you have to admire. He's bounced around the league, but has finally become a valued rotation player.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
A good league gets even better with excellent work at the stripe.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 7. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediately.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one.
Time working against them here.
It's going to be crazy hard right now to catch up. They need a quick score and a quick foul.
And an intentional foul right there.
That's his 4th personal foul. Ish Smith. Shooting free throws.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole it's hard to climb out of.
They can only blame themselves. A few missed opportunities, some miscues that they'd like to have back. It all adds up.
.15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Clark from the arc. And Pachulia pulls it down. Smith outside. And so the Pistons take the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
I'm just putting in the work, and my teammates, honestly, believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.